Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, May 23rd, and today we'll cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDIA, and MSTY. So, you guys, man, you guys are awesome. You really stepped up to the challenge yesterday to try to give me 500 likes. Yesterday's video is now up to 779 likes. And if you look at that as compared to the previous day, you know, that got like 391. That's typically around the average. So, you know, unbelievable, guys. So thank you very much for for stepping it up. So, you know, eventually I'm gonna have to step up the goal and say 1,000 likes. You know, maybe not on today's video, maybe not on tomorrow's video, but pretty soon that'll be the next challenge. It doesn't mean that I don't want you to like this video or the next video, but you know, I can't continue to ask for likes over and over and over. But when that 1,000 like challenge happens, get ready, because it's coming up. If it happens on its own, great, but that'll be the new challenge. Again, just trying to have a little fun too with YouTube, because obviously, you know, it's a goal to get a certain amount of likes, which helps the channel, and at the same time, it's fun, at least for me. All right, let's move on. All right, so as expected, Nvidia had good earnings. Shocker. I think everyone else knew this besides the YieldMax fund manager that runs Nvidia. But here we are, Market Watch. Nvidia is set to be worth as much as all German stocks put together. It's like, okay, great. So Nvidia is up in the pre-market. Last time I saw it was like $1,000, over $1,000. So we'll get into that at the end when we look at the pre-market. But I did add something to my spreadsheets. And actually, before I get into that, I just want to let you guys know, quick update on the channel. I did erase my whiteboard. I'm ready to make an options trading for beginners video. It's really going to be the focus of the YieldStrategy, because that's the only strategy I really, you know, can speak of, because that's the only strategy I've known, right? I can speak in detail to some other things, but, you know, stay tuned for that video. Update on trades for yesterday. You know, I had a little cash left over, so I was like, you know what, let me just add a share of each to the Round Hill community. You know, I have now 3 shares total of each, XDTE and QDTE. These are the Round Hill funds that pay weekly. And then I decided to sell a put on TSLY, because as you know, the day prior, Tesla went up. So I closed the put, right? I closed it out early because it was, so I can use the money in case it dipped again. And sure enough, it dipped. So I sold a put again, and I made another $20. But again, you'll see all this in the weekly video this weekend. And last but not least, FEPI announced their distribution. They're going to pay $1.16. This is a raise from the previous month, which comes to a 25% yield. Okay? That's really good. FEPI is awesome. Good job, Rec Shares. But anyway, what I was trying to say before is I'm thinking about doing this for, each of the 4 funds, every earnings, basically a top 5 stat, review of how the earnings went, whether good or bad. But we'll start, I'll do this with Nvidia. And you guys let me know if this is a waste of time or if you want this as part of it. Keep in mind, it'll be once a quarter for each of the funds. All right, so let's go through the top 5 things that happened on earnings. The earnings per share reported was $6.12, expected was $5.58, so that's a beat. Revenue reported was $26.04 billion, expected was $24.59 billion, so that was a beat. It was a record quarterly revenue of $26 billion, which was up 18% from Q4 and up 262% from a year ago. So unbelievable, man. This company it's a monster. Record quarterly data center revenue of $22.6 billion, up 23% from Q4 and up 427% a year ago. Biggest news, I'd say, is the 10-for-1 forward stock split that's effective June 7th. And they say forward because you know, in our little YieldMax world, we only know about reverse splits, right? No, but a forward split is obviously the opposite of a reverse split. So if the stock is, if you own one share at $1,000, you know, on June 7th, you'll then have 10 shares for $100. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So you'll have 10 times the amount of shares that you've had, you know, before, but they'll be worth a tenth of what they're worth, you know, the day prior to the stock split. So that's pretty cool. Then that'll help. That's going to make the stock, you know, people like that because it makes the stock more affordable. Last but not least, it says it's increasing its quarterly cash dividend by 150% from 4 cents per share to 10 cents per share of common stock. Back when I was a dividend growth investor only, I didn't even know they paid a dividend. I don't think they paid a dividend back then, but I guess they paid 4 cents up until recently. Now they're going to pay 10 cents. So that's also good. I mean, that's really good. It's not a lot of money, but hey, we'll take it, right? Okay, so that's the earnings update. If you guys like that, you know, stuff like that, I can add that into the mix. All right, so no trades. Believe it or not, no trades for any of these funds. I love it. Okay, so let's look at NVDY right now. Their synthetic is doing well. Again, we don't have to talk about it though. But how did Nvidia do yesterday? Doesn't really matter, right? Because what matters is after hours. But Nvidia went down 0.46%. NVDY went down 0.15%. So, you know, it was a flat day. What do we got? Right now we got half the contracts are sitting at 950, which is 0.05% out of the money. So half of the contracts basically have little to no room to grow. You know, it's going to cap you out. And then the other half, 975 strike, it can move 2.69%. Okay, so we're basically capped. You know, we were set up for this, though. We weren't set up to move at all. You can see when they opened the position last week, they went 0.39% out of the money. And then the latest position was 5.43% out of the money. You know, and to do that over earnings on a stock like Nvidia is just not smart. I'm sorry, it's just not. Outstanding shares did go up by 50,000. God, it's getting hot in the garage. That's a good thing, though. All right, here's the summary. 30-day IV, 53%. Outstanding shares, 18.4 million. Total income, 18.7. Total distribution from the weekly calls, $1.02. Daily income, 6 cents a day. Daily yield, 0.21%. And annualized yield, 76%. Reaction, this is me. I give them a thumbs down. Bad play. I mean, we knew it. But now it's proven. It's proven to be a bad call. But I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's earnings, man. Earnings on Nvidia. All right, so I just want to share my update real quick. After I go through this, of course, synthetic loss 12.7 million. Short call income 18.7. So we're looking at total income per share of 33 cents, or if you take the weekly calls alone, it's $1.02. All right, so I updated the formula here for the estimate, so it's a little more accurate. So it's showing $1.75. So how is that calculated? So basically, if you go to the May tab, right, I have the distribution. So far, we earned $1.02, right? But we're not done. So I take the daily income, you know, we're earning about 6 cents a day. I multiply that 6 cents by 13 days to go till deck date, and I add that to the distribution of $1.02. And that's what I get. That's how I get $1.75. And then I divide that, you know, and then I times that by 12 divided by the current stock price of NVIDIA, and I get a 78% yield. So that's how I calculate the estimate. For those of you that care or were wondering, that's how it's done. It was obviously incorrect before, but luckily I fixed it. All right, here we go. Outstanding holdings. Again, I'm not going to go through it because we still have 2 trading days, and these calls are going to get they're going to get destroyed. There's no way around it. Net asset value, 497.5 million. The NAV is 2701, and the trade price, penny discount, 27. Okay, so that's NVDY. Let's do TSLY, then we'll do the crypto gang. All right, so TSLY has two synthetics. They have a 180 and they have a 175. Again, both expire July 19th. No trades, as mentioned, no trades on any of these. So how did TSLY do yesterday? Well, they had the big day the day before. They went up 6% and then they went down 3%. So, somewhat of a expected little correction from the big jump up. I don't know if there's negative news or not. Honestly, didn't check. It's been a busy ass week. But TSLY went down 3.48%. TSLY only went down 1.54%. So TSLY holds strong in the $15 range, which is really good. But how the calls doing? Well, not bad. What do we got? We got the biggest position, 32,000 contracts, 185 strike. That's 2.72% out of the money. Today's Thursday morning. It's Thursday morning right now. We have 2 trading days. So, it's not the best, but it's not bad compared to some of these others. And then the other position, 6,690 contracts, 180 strike. That's in the money by 0.06%. That sucks, but again, TSLY could go down. All right, outstanding shares decreased by 325,000. All right, 30-day IV, 43%. Outstanding shares, 44.3 million. Total income, 8.6 million. Distribution of 19 cents so far, which again, that sucks. But daily income, penny a day. Daily yield, 0.07%. Annualized yield, 25%. Okay, these numbers don't look good. But again, they did not do good last week, right? So if they don't do good on the weekly calls, these numbers are not going to do good, which means my estimate won't look good. TSLY fund manager is a little happier because, they got a little smirk because TSLY went down yesterday. They're hoping TSLY continues to go down so they can win their weekly calls. All right, so short call income, 8.6 million. We talked about this. There's no synthetic, so it's just 19 cents so far, which is crap. So if you take that 19 cents and then you add, a penny a day we said, you get a whopping 34 cents, which is a 26% yield. But we're all familiar with TSLY. We know they're going to pay around 50% yield. So regardless of what this says, when all said and done, they're going to pay 50% yield. None of them are as predictable as TSLY. All right, holdings, I'm not going to go through. We'll go through them a little closer, maybe tomorrow. Net asset value, 679.9 million, almost 700 mil. The NAV is 1533. Trade price, 2 cent discount. Another discount, 1531. Okay, let's get to the crypto party here. All right, so let's go to, let's do CONY, then MSTY. We typically do that order. All right, so CONY has a synthetic 220 that expires July 19th. They're still priced above that, so they're doing well there. If I go to the May tab, as you know, no trades, by the way. No trades on anything. Coin went up yesterday by 2.54%. CONY went up 1.4%. Looks kind of capped. Let's see. Let's zoom out a little. Okay. So we got 3 contracts here. The biggest set of contracts, 22,430. 222.50 strike, 3.89% in the money. So yeah, they are capped. That sucks. And then, an even lower strike price, 300 contracts, 215 strike, 7.13% out of the money. Yikes. And then 430 contracts, 230 strike. This, they started the position for whatever reason, only 2% out of the money, and here it is, 0.65% in the money. So it's like you're going to sell calls, tight, you're just going to lose money. So is that your plan, to lose money? I get it, YieldMax, but I'd rather yield some than yield negative. But right now, it's not looking good. Not looking good for CONY. You know, their strikes 7% even. That was a little tighter than usual. I don't know. I feel like crypto is just on a tear lately, and it's very noticeable. But you know, they're playing it risky. We got 2 trading days though, so they could be right in the end. And I know people always complain to me. All you do is complain, and then they're right in the end. I'm like, oh yeah, that's true sometimes, but I can only call what I see at the current day. But they're not always right at the end, believe me. And it doesn't mean they're going to be right at the end of this week. I hope they are. I really do. But right now, it's just not looking good. What do we got for outstanding shares? Well, at least, you know, 200,000 increase. So they're due for an intraday trade. I don't know why I didn't have one yesterday. But 30-day IV, 76% for coin. Outstanding shares, 22.9 million. Weekly call income is 20.6 million. That's pretty good. Distribution, 90 cents. Okay, 5 cents a day. That's good. Daily yield, 0.21%. And annualized yield, 78%. So again, that's good. Good stuff. Good numbers. Again, right now, they're puking. I don't know if you remember from yesterday, the CONY fund manager, he called out of work. He's like, oh man, I can't show my face. And now he's calling out again. He said he's puking, he's sick, he's not well. But you know, would you be well if you were in the money by 7%, 3%, and 0.65% in a crypto ETF? I don't know, but it's not not pretty right now. All right, before we get to the estimate, synthetic loss, yes, we know about it, 81 million, but we'll focus on the short call income, which is 20.6 million, and we said that paid 90 cents per share. All right, so if we take that 90 cents from the short call income and we take the daily income, multiply it by the number of days left, we'll get an estimate of $1.55, which comes to about an 80% yield. And I'd say that's pretty damn good. I like that number. All right, let's go. Holdings. Again, I'm not doing much with holdings today because no trades. So, and we still have 2 trading days for the calls. And the synthetic, again, expires July 19th. So nothing to really look at. I mean, here we go, though. Negative cash. It's like, what are they doing? I don't know. But, again, they'll adjust it. You know, we can't harp on that. People don't really care about that as much, to be honest, anyway. Net asset value, 532 million. NAV is 23.18. Trade price, 23.24. So no discount in CONY. In fact, it's 6 cents more. All right. Last but not least, MSTY. MSTY has a synthetic. Their synthetic is 1540 strike. This expires July 19th. And they are doing very well. They are priced above it. So far, so good. So we can focus. Again, the beauty about the synthetic being dated so far out in advance is we could focus on just the weekly calls, winning weekly calls, making premium on weekly calls. Because, again, when I got involved in these, I thought that was the whole point, right? The synthetic just represents the position, the movement of the underlying. It wasn't really there to be as active as it is. But for whatever reason, they have to do sometimes a shorter expiration on the synthetic, which makes it like a more active option to make money or lose money, which obviously makes me have to do more coverage on it. But like right now, again, a July 19th expiration, being a little further out, it's a nice little break. It's a nice time to focus on the weekly calls. All right, so let's look at MSTR. They kind of stayed flat yesterday. MSTR actually went down 0.51%. MSTY said, no, I'm going up 0.61%. So look at that. Look at that, $34. MSTY holders are like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm killing it, right? You know, MSTY, some of them don't even look at the weekly calls. They don't even care because they probably bought at $20 and they're up, you know, more than 50% and making massive dividends. And I don't blame them. You know, you don't have to look at this crap. But again, if you want maximum potential, if you want to understand the fund, then you have to look at this. All right, so what do we got? Where do we stand? We got 885 contracts, all of the contracts in one strike. I never like when they do that, but they did it. And that strike is 1830. They started the position 15.49% out of the money, and it's still at 11% out of the money. So, okay, that's awesome. 11% out of the money with 2 trading days. This fund is doing the best of the bunch by far this week. All right, so, and by the way, that annualizes at 85%. And now, easier said than done, because this one has a higher IV, which means it pays a higher premium. But it should not affect, playing it right. Outstanding shares, the heck, 4.35. How is that formula all screwed up? Yeah, the formula is screwed up. Let me copy this. If I try to move down, it's going to screw it up. There you go. Outstanding shares, no increase. Sometimes these formulas, man, I got to check the percentage too. Oh, that's got screwed up too. You'll have to listen to the birds while I update this, or chat amongst yourselves. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so yeah, no outstanding share increase. 30-day IV sits at 96%. Awesome. Outstanding shares, 4.3 million. Total net income from the weekly calls, it's a loss. Remember, we're not making money on the weekly calls because we got killed. We got killed last week. What was our loss? 21 million. Okay. So they're doing great this week, but last week, not so great. So we don't have to go any further on that detail. MSTY fund manager smiling. Their calls are looking good for the week. So they're probably going to go out partying tomorrow. Synthetic income, 35.7 million. Short called loss, 17.7. So total net income is 18 million. So total income per share, 416. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. That's total income per share. But again, I can't do the estimate because short call income is at a negative. So this one will be a little tougher to estimate. For now, again, I give my own estimate, and I'll say it's going to be in the $2 range. I mean, that's typically what it is. We'll see. Not going to go through the holdings. Net asset value is 149.5 million. The NAV is 34.37. Trade price is 34.39. Okay, so that's the big four. And then, last but not least, we are going to talk about the pre-market pricing. Let's see where these stand. I mean, the focus is Nvidia, right? And then, one thing, if we look at the top, that's futures, crypto. Yeah, pretty good, pretty cool. See how oil's like, that makes me think to get into that oil fund. All right, anyway, let's look at Tesla. Tesla is up. Oh boy, Tesla is up in the pre-market. It's up 0.72%. This is as of 5:29 a.m. TSLY is up 0.85%. Okay. Nvidia, well, we kind of knew about this. Nvidia it's now well above 1,000. It's up 6.71%. And we are definitely not going up 6%. So let's see where we can get Nvidia. Nvidia is up about half of that, 3.63%. $27. And it's a damn shame. If they went a little further out of the money, maybe Nvidia could be hitting 30. But, it is what it is. Whatever. I'm not going to think about it anymore. Coin is up 1.15%. It's at 234.17. Pretty good. CONY, they're capped. So they're only up 0.09%. MicroStrategy is up 1.21%. So their calls are a little further out of the money. So we would expect MSTY to be closer to the 1.21. And in fact, they're doing better. They're up 1.31%. Gotta love it. So that's how it's done. And here's my own options trading fund. Again, this is part of the view. because some of you do love trading on TSLL. I joked the other day, like we got our little gang on the Discord. We all trade TSLL because we're all broke and can't afford anything else. And honestly, TSLL it's very volatile. Again, it's a 2x leveraged Tesla fund, and it's a fun one to trade, whether it's the wheel or whatever the hell you want to do with it. But anyway, gotta love it. It's up 1.39%. It's at $8 again. Awesome, awesome. So that's it. That's the summary. Again, we're going to have a rough day as NVIDIA holders, because we're going to see Nvidia fly to the moon, and we're going to be sitting here on planet Earth. So we'll see how it goes. But again, they did this to themselves, so there's nothing really you could do about it. But either way, in the end, this synthetic, yes, it's going to make money, but the calls are capped, and we're going to lose our shirts this week. It's just going to happen. But again, like I said, I don't know what to say. I forgot keyword yesterday, by the way. So let me do that before I forget again. All right, keyword. What do we got? Well, yesterday, my wife did most of the work. I was working, but we put together my little one's swing set. So he now has a swing set in the backyard. So now, it's something for him to do. So that's the key word. The key word is swing set. All right. So, again, something for the kids to do. Of course, my big one already is trying to break it because he's too heavy. But anyway, that's the key word. If you made it this far and you're new, by the way, if you're new to the channel, at the end of every video, I do a keyword. And what you have to do is you're going to put in the comments what the keyword is, and that shows you made it to the end of the video. You can or you can't, it's up to you. But so today's keyword that you could put in the comments is swing set. All right, as always, guys, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. These videos are fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun and were entertained. And if not, I'll try better tomorrow. By the way, these funds, you guys know this, most of you, these are super risky. Understand that. They do options. The whole thing is an option. They don't own anything except treasuries. And, everything is options. So these are options funds. These are income funds. If you're 20 years old, right, and you want growth funds, these are not for you, right? Let's be real. So just know what you're getting into. Do the research. Read the prospectus. Go to the website. Watch YouTube videos, do whatever you want, do whatever you have to, just do your own research. Seriously, you should. Don't just buy things because it looks sexy, all right? That's how you lose money. Believe me, I would know. I've lost a lot of money. So that's it. That's pretty much it. I got some ideas of videos. One that's coming out, I'm going to call it Retire on Round Hill, because, Round Hill is pretty cool. And they're doing decent, and they pay weekly. So we have to show some love to them. So I'm going to show you what it would take to retire on Round Hill. Because if you just invested in Round Hill, remember, they do index plays. They're the index. So that makes it a little less risky. They do what? They buy a call that expires way down the road. And that can, that's a bullish play. You can make money. And then every day, 0 days to expiration, they do daily calls that expire the same day, so you can capture some options premium, which of course will cap you. But again, I just think it's a really, really cool strategy. So why not show you guys some numbers and crunch some numbers and see how you can retire on Round Hill. So stay tuned for that. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but it's going to be soon because I already prepped a spreadsheet. It's all about time now, when there's time. But anyway, guys, stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the whiteboard video, which that's probably going to be a week or two down the road. But again, I got to get some more content out. I know I've only been doing the dailies, but it's really, that's all I have time for. It takes up enough of the damn time with kids and full-time job and everything else. But anyway, guys, as always, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys killing it yesterday with the likes. So I'll remind you again, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. But, we're going to strive for 1,000 likes. I guess that's the new goal. We got to set the bar high, right? You know, because again, we're all here every day. We can all just hit the like button every day. And then eventually we're just going to hit 1,000 likes every single day. And then we're going to dominate YouTube, right? Anyway, guys, enough yapping. I actually need to get my ass to the gym. So let me close this down and get out of here. I hope you guys enjoy your day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one.